Attorney General Coakley has a strong history as an advocate, not only for individuals and communities, but also for the best interests of the Commonwealth at large. As the Middlesex District Attorney and the Attorney General for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Attorney General Coakley has established herself as a passionate advocate for public safety, not only bringing justice to crime victims and their families, but also emphasizing the importance of working with community leaders, schools, and law enforcement in a variety of multifaceted prevention efforts. As our next U.S. Senator, Attorney General Martha Coakley will ensure that healthcare reform is done both effectively and responsibly. The Attorney General advocates for a comprehensive approach to lowering our energy costs, meeting our energy needs, and protecting our environment. As our U.S. Senator, Attorney General Martha Coakley will fight for the people of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. As the Mayor-elect of the city of Fall River, I stand before you today. And without any reservation, I strongly believe that there is only one candidate with the knowledge, the passion, and the experience to be our next U.S. Senator, and that's our Attorney General Martha Coakley.
I'm delighted to be here today in Fall River and to be, I'm honored and humbled to be with the support both in front of me, with the carpenters and the nurses and so many of elected officials, and those of you who live and work in and around Fall River and care about it. And I talked to your mayor-elect this week, congratulating him on his election. I said arguably the toughest job going forward is going to be a mayor in a city in Massachusetts. And it is my hope and my intention that if and when I am successful on December 8th in a Democratic primary for U.S. Senate, and then on January 19th, that I will spend time working with all of our elected officials, particularly those of you in regions like this region with Fall River, around issues that are most important to you. I know that because I grew up in Berkshire County, that when a recession like this hits, it's harder in areas outside of Boston, the 128 area. It is harder to come out of it. And I know there are unique issues and concerns in different regions in this wonderful Commonwealth of ours. As your Attorney General, I have spent the last 3 years looking at and holding accountable predatory lenders who would sell loans that were destined to fail and then move on after they foreclosed. And I know you see this in Fall River, as we've seen across the Commonwealth. Too many foreclosures, too many people lost their homes, afraid of losing their homes or their jobs. It's wrong. And I've worked to hold Wall Street accountable, and I will make sure as your new U.S. Senator that we will hold them accountable and get out of this recession and work with you on the kind of economic development, the transportation projects, and the kinds of both keeping and growing small businesses, and particularly working on the strengths of this particular wonderful part of Massachusetts to make sure that we get back to enjoying the economy and jobs, that we get a health care plan with a strong public option that does not make unnecessary compromises on others' rights. I believe we can do that, and we will do that in the U.S. Senate. I believe that we need an important and a structured approach to energy, keeping our energy costs down while we look at growing green jobs and protecting our environment. I've been spending time as Attorney General doing that. I'll do that in Washington. I've spent a good deal of my life protecting our kids and our seniors and our communities. And in fact, working after 9/11 with our federal, state, and local authorities to make sure that we're safe in our homeland, that we're safe in our schools, in our communities. And I vow to you that I will continue to do that, particularly with matters like cybersecurity that are so important to keep us safe at all levels. And finally, on civil rights, I believe it's incredibly important that we stand up for those who are disabled, those who are discriminated against because of their race, religion, or their sexual orientation. And I believe as Attorney General I've done that, and we need to be able to do that in Washington. I commit to doing that. I believe, and it's particularly important to me, as I have my friends behind me here, those of you in the audience, that we work from the ground up to resolve and tackle those tough problems that we can resolve, that we need solutions that are creative, that aren't in 30-second or 60-second but come from tackling the problems and working with people on the ground who want those solutions. I'm delighted to be with you here today, but more importantly, I'm delighted to ask for your vote on December 8th so that when we win on January 19th, we can get to work and start turning this economy around and get back to buying the piece of American dream that we want for ourselves, for our children, and for our grandchildren. It's not easy. It's not going to be perfect, but we can do